right, guys, welcome back to another Haven case study. And honestly, it seems like we can't catch a break. But not everything in this video is doom and gloom. We're still profitable. There were just some more issues that were arising, which I'll be talking about throughout this video. But on the upside, I think things are looking really good over the next couple months, especially during Q4 when people are spending a lot of money on gifts. You know, the traditional Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas deals, all that stuff. So welcome back and thank you for tuning in again. And if you're new here, I do this every single month and I'm actually probably gonna ramp it up because there's so much content about the brand that we're scaling. All right, now let me show you the analytics for the month. So last month, which is October 1st to October 31st, and yeah, I had a killer Halloween costume, by the way, but we ended the last month pretty much flat at 187,953, which is not too bad, but you can see that there's a returning customer rate drop, which I'll talk about in just a second. Orders are up just slightly, orders fulfilled are down. That just has to do with timing of orders being shipped out. Average order value dropped slightly at 4%, which again, I'll talk about in just a second. Conversion rate actually went up, which is really nice to see. You always want your conversion rate obviously going upward. And I'm actually gonna open up this door right now because it's super hot in here. That is a perk and the downfall of living in California. By the way, we just kind of got more settled in here, but no air conditioning needed to be turned on at all times, except for like 1 hour in the day. I don't want to do it. But so we ended the month out pretty good, but you can see here, there was a massive downswing in October 4th to like the 19th or so. And the reason for this, and also why I said we can't catch a break, one of our biggest shipments got held up in customs for like 3 weeks, a month, I think, which is really, really annoying because on that shipment was a bunch of best-selling products and also new product launches. So it kind of put a damper in terms of like being able to scale up this month, especially during Q4 and October just being a good time for sales. But it's all good now because we finally received the shipments. So on October 20th is when we got our shipments in. So you can see here that I was just kind of staying a little bit lower, honestly. And then we get October 20th, straight up to the 21st, and we're starting to scale back up now because we have a lot more inventory in stock, again, of the best sellers. And we're also trying to combat this by using partial air shipments. It's more expensive to get the product, but during these months in Q4, we really want to have inventory in stock to be able to maximize on all of the holidays, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. Let's talk about the changes that have happened over the month. So probably the first biggest change, and you can clap for this one, we got into our second pro shop. So we got into Trump National Charlotte now, and that is the second pro shop that we're now stocked in, which is really cool. So that's honestly a big win. Super cool to see, and hopefully we can keep getting into more and more pro shops. All right, now let's talk about the website changes. So there were some slight changes made to the website, and I can cover them here because I'm just A/B testing things. And if you've watched the other videos, I'm continuously changing and A/B testing a bunch of different stuff. But the homepage is slightly updated. I removed some of the things that weren't working, or they were a little bit too sticky, I guess. So I kind of revamped it and simplified it a little bit more. Not too many changes on the homepage here, but you know, just super, super simple. And some of the bigger or slightly bigger changes to the website really came with the actual product landing pages themselves, which are arguably the most important. All I did was really switch a couple things around. So I moved the sale that we're running right now up a little bit higher, right under the price point. And I simplified the time to scroll. So technically this is called above the fold, between how far you have to scroll to get to the add to cart button. And I just condensed it just a little bit, added some bundles and save on 45, 47 polos. I did this for every single polo that we have on the website as well. So upselling or showing that we have other products that you can bundle and save on right below the call to action button. Also, another thing I changed was the description used to be actually just text below this, and now I just put it in a drop down because not that many people want to really see that it's UPF proof up to 40% or whatever. It's more just like if you're really, really digging into it and want to know about the quality of the product, you can do that, but I don't think you really need to. Those are pretty much the major changes that we made to the website in terms of like the actual design of it. And as you can see, when we go back to the conversion rate for the month, it's slightly up. That's mainly because this is just a high converting theme that has pretty much everything I need and also really, really good page speeds. So everything loads really quickly, has all the apps that I need kind of built into it for the most part. And I've mentioned this before, but it is a free theme. So I partnered with Shopify and Zendrop to be able to make this happen. And if you guys want it, I get some DMs asking what theme, and people know that it's free. So they're asking for the download link or whatever. I'll drop it down below in the description, but it takes 5 minutes to build it. It's on the exact same theme that I'm currently using. You get to pick the niche. It's 100% yours. and you're already going to be linked onto Zendrop, which is really, really nice because their shipping speeds and fulfillment is top tier. We've now scaled past actually just using Zendrop at the drop shipping level and moved into their 3PL, which is located in Miami. So we send all of our shipments over there. They fulfill it. It takes about 4 days to ship. They handle all the fulfillment for us, the packing, the shipping labels, syncing it back onto Shopify, notifying the customers, all of that stuff. And it's automatically fulfilled every single day. So if you do go through the store builder and get the same theme that I'm using, you're also going to be automatically linked all of your products that are loaded on there to Zendrop, so you're ready to fulfill without any headaches at all. That way, all you have to do is just start selling and marketing, and then they're going to handle all of that for you. So if you want the free store, if you want to have that already linked, I'll have that down below in the description. Or if you're ready for a 3PL and you're selling a ton of products, then check them out for the 3PL. The prices are really, really, really competitive. And so going back to the website, one thing that we did change that's not a website design, but more of a pricing change and offer change, switch it up a little bit. So now a polo is $68. So we lowered the price just slightly from 74 to 68 just during this quarter to get a lot more conversion. I think it's just like a nice number. And then the offer now is buy 2 and save 10 versus buy 2 and save 20 like last time. And then it's buy 3, save 30 instead of 40. So hopefully this was going to help conversion rate, as there's a lot of people shopping right now, but as you're shopping and customers are spending a bunch of money, they don't want to spend too much. So the idea there is to drop it a little bit, increase the conversion rate over this time, but not really hitting any margins. And we have $5 shipping now for a single one. And then if you buy 2, you get free shipping. So we're trying to encourage a higher AOV as well. And some other changes that were made were mainly the product launches. So we launched 6 new products this month. Also, we're held up in customs and took a long time to get to us, but we finally were able to launch them. And so the new products that we launched, if you go into the men's here, probably scroll down to the bottom because they're brand new. We've got more added to the college collection. So now we have the Yell, we've got the Burnt, we've got the Flock, the Whiteout, the Ghost, the Spear, and the Swarm. And they're doing really, really well, which I'll show you guys when we do all of the ad breakdown. The only one that's not a college polo is the Ghost. And this is a little ode to the B2 bomber. And if you know, you know. So a lot of our demo of audience really likes this stuff. So we're really leaning into that as well. I think it's a pretty sick shirt. And this one itself is actually selling really, really well. So our whole goal moving forward in the next couple of years to build this into an exponential business is just keep designing and releasing a bunch of products. Every time we do, I think they've sold out every single time actually, which is a great sign because people buy for one thing and they come back for the quality. And that's how you really build up those loyal customers and get people to keep coming back and buying more and more and more every time you release new products. So obviously the goal is to be, if you need a new golf shirt, you're going to come to Haven because you like the quality. It washes really well, it wears well, and they're constantly releasing new designs. So why would you not shop here? All right, now I have to talk about Q4 because Q4 is actually here. So our Q4 strategy is coming into place. We already have the offer that we're going to launch, which I'm not going to say, so you guys can't copy me. We've already established our sales timelines. So what days that we're going to run the specific sale, we're going to do a pause and then rerun the sale for Christmas time. We've got all that strategized. We just have to do the ads for it and then update any of the apps, for the sale pricing and all that stuff, but that's what I'm going to be doing on the back end. And we already have our November and December email marketing plan fully fledged out and ready to roll. And that's going to coincide with all of the offers that we're going to be promoting during this time period. And if you're new or you're running a brand and you don't use email marketing, you are really messing up. It should be 30% of your revenue. It is the easiest low-hanging fruit to actually generate more revenue, which in turn is going to give you more profit because emails are cheap. So every time someone comes onto your website and you collect their email, but they don't purchase from you, you might have like a basic flow or something like that doesn't really convert well. It's super, super important to dial this in as you're getting traffic and paying for people to come onto your website. So the best app and platform to do this on that syncs perfectly with Shopify is OmniSend. What's really great about them is email, SMS, push notifications on Facebook are all synced on the same platform in the same campaign, which is great for us because 95% of our marketing is coming from Facebook. And OmniSend's pricing structure is better than the competitors because it includes email and SMS, whereas other brands out there that provide this service also charge you an additional plan, an additional fee for SMS. So it's really an all-in-one platform, and it's also super intuitive whether you are just starting out or you're scaling a brand past Haven right now. It has all the pre-built flows set up for you. So if you need an automation, you can just click on create a workflow. You can create it from scratch if you want and you know what you're doing, but if you don't really, then you can go into the type. So it'd be like welcome cart abandonment. So if someone adds to their cart but doesn't actually check out, and now it's going to give you all these optimized flows for you that are statistically proven to be the best way to reach out to a customer. Then all you have to do is click on customize workflow, And now that entire flow is set up for you. It's going to sync to Shopify automatically, and you can edit this exactly how you need. So you can say, I want to change the subject line, the header, the sender name, what's actually in the email, what you want to say here, the products that you want to showcase. Obviously for an abandoned cart, you'd want to have the ones that they did not check out with. And then it'll have everything optimized. So wait for 11 hours, which is like the perfect time, and then it'll send the next email. So if you're sleeping on emails, you really should not be. It should make up a ton of your revenue and increase your margins quite a bit. I definitely recommend OmniSend. It's the most user-friendly, and they've got everything just built out for you. I'll have a link down below in the description if you want to check them out. All right, now let's take a look at the ads that I've been running in the strategy and what we've been testing. It's been a little bit limiting just because we didn't really have any inventory of our best sellers. So it made it a little bit difficult in certain ways to actually get campaigns pretty optimized, but you can see here we spent, about last month, $104,333. So a lot of them had to turn off because they weren't able to optimize because we didn't have the stock, for one. And then two, I was doing a lot of audience testing. If you saw in the last video, I was doing a bunch of different Shopify lookalike audience testings, high AOV customer lists and things like that. And some were working and some were not. But what's crazy about some of these ads is some of them are performing very, very well. So if you look at the college pillows individual, they're performing very well. And also the college pillows, that's a carousel. And then the new college pillows individual is also doing extremely well. So these are the new products that we dropped. And all of these ads, I keep talking about image ads every time if you know me, but they perform so well. I mean, this is a $13 cost per purchase. This form, apparently people don't like it that much yet. Little spoiler, this month it's doing a little bit better. And all these are just straight up image ads. Mock up the t-shirt, nice background, and then Facebook does its thing and then optimizes for that specific audience that would want to buy this, whether you went to the school there or you live there. And so every time it seems like we drop a new product, it just does so well, especially this college collection, which is awesome. There's no really like crazy Facebook ad strategy that I've been really trying. I've been doing some audience testing, but that's pretty much it for the most part. And then you can see also here our new polo that we just dropped that is not in the college collection, which is the Ghost, has a $14 cost per purchase for the month. We barely just were able to launch it because of the inventory being delayed because of customs, but that one is looking also very, very promising. And it's the same exact background as just all the other ones. So that's how easy it is to make image ads and run really profitable stores. Now my goal for this month, since we have a lot more inventory in stock, actually we're already kind of sold out of all the new college polos, but we have a lot more inventory in stock of the other best-selling polos. And so the goal now, or the objective, is to run Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaigns. And then also on top of that, consolidate a lot of the campaigns into major CBOs and some ABOs to dedicate certain spend to certain products, but just really consolidate them and start scaling them up during this time of the year, which I'll probably break down more in the next video because we just got the inventory, so I have to actually do that first. And on top of that, we just did another photo shoot, and I'm waiting for all the photos to come back into the Dropbox, and then I can actually just refresh all the creatives and hit it super, super hard, because refreshing your creatives is very, very important. They fatigue really quickly, especially when you're scaling up a store. All right, so that's pretty much all the changes that we've made for the month. Now let's break it down for what everyone probably comes here to see, especially based on the title and stuff like that, is what's the profit margin of this? Let me show you and reveal everything. All right, so starting at the top, we've got our revenue, $187,953. Straightforward. So we'll plug that in, 187,953. And let's cover the next biggest expense. So Facebook ads. Total for the month was 104,000. So we're going to minus 104,333. Our next expense was shipping costs, and shipping costs came out to $11,533. It's average about $5.5 per order, which is a fantastic price from Zendrop 3PL. So shout out again if you're wanting to scale up with really cheap shipping prices. And that also includes warehousing, by the way, which is nuts. Set cost was $11,533. A bigger cost is the cost of goods sold. So if we go into our reports here and then we search up finance summary, I believe it's under, I always forget, there's so many reports. So our cost of goods sold was $38,087. So about $38,000. And then we also have to take out our Shopify fees, like payment processing and apps and things like that. So our total Shopify fees for the month was $5,919, which brings us to $28,000, but we actually had some returns. We're not gonna get the cost back of the Shopify fees or the shipping cost, but what we do get back technically is the cost of the goods sold. So we get our inventory back. So what we would do here is basically have our returns and then divide it by the AOV and then times it by our product cost, which then is the inventory amount going back into our inventory. Basically just subtracting the cost of goods sold for those because we have them back now. So now we're gonna add 1519. So that brings us to a grand total profit wise of $29,600 for the month. And if you divide that by the total revenue, will give us our profit margin, which is about 16% profit margin. So lower than I want it to be. I wanted like a bare minimum of 20, but considering that we didn't get our inventory of our best sellers in stock until October 20th, I would say it's honestly not too bad. And I did a lot of ad experimenting. Regardless, it's profitable, we're moving, we're scaling, we have inventory stock. So I'm looking forward to the next couple months here, especially with all the sales going on. And also one of the biggest things is every time we release, like I was saying earlier in the video, a new product, it seems like it sells out right away and people really enjoy the brand and keep coming back to it. And so that's really what our goal is here, because we, again, want to build an exitable brand. And the more returning customers that you get, or loyal customers, every time you drop something that sells out, that's exactly where you want to be. And you can do this whether you're drop shipping, starting your own brand, starting a clothing company, no matter what it is, you need to put customer care first, because that's what's really going to value your brand. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Go check out all my other videos on my channel of, actual ad strategies, but this is just an overall summary that I do every single month for the brand that we're currently running in public, revealing everything. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these types of videos and a bunch of cool videos now that I'm actually settled and not traveling 24/7. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Leave them down below in the comment section. Leave a like on this video, share it to your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.